The Ithaca Aviation Heritage Foundation is using to full advantage our 1918 Thomas More Scout to teach the early aviation history of our region. We are performing an authentic, painstaking restoration by involving the community and all the talents that exist here in the Ithaca area. Taking this opportunity to also involve our youth in this process adds to the excitement, promotes the feeling of ownership by the entire community, and extends this heritage to future generations. Our Tommy is truly a teachable piece of Ithaca's history of innovation, embodying the same spirit that places our community at the forefront of technological change, which continues through today. Our restoration philosophy is driven by our mission and vision statements for the Tommy Come Home project, and is further supported by our desire to involve 3 generations in the process. This degree of restoration requires extensive research and networking with a cadre of enthusiasts around the world, all of which requires an extraordinary amount of time and effort. Every detail must be attended to, with original parts used whenever they are available. If a part has deteriorated beyond repair, which thus far has been quite rare, an original replacement part is located if at all possible. If not, an exact replica is fabricated, and of course, the original kept for historical reference. Further details on exactly how we approach the restoration are contained in our restoration philosophy document. It describes in detail how we are working with the FAA to ensure the airworthiness of a part, while still maintaining authenticity. This result is only possible by adhering to the highest quality and safety standards. Our Tommy's restoration will be the standard by which all other Tommies are judged. The authenticity of this restoration is further characterized by the opportunity to utilize the original equipment and factory to perform the restoration. This privilege could not be offered anywhere else in the world. Extensive research into the provenance of 4366 has established it as the best documented Tommy in existence today. Tracing its history from the time it left the factory to the present, identifying every owner and location for nearly a century, has involved research into the archives of numerous museums and libraries, including our own History Center. We now have a record of every owner since it left the factory in Ithaca. Our Tommy has had 11 different owners and had homes all over the U.S. The Ithaca Aviation Heritage Foundation is committed to preserving this Tommy's heritage for generations to come in its hometown, Ithaca, New York. The commitment to restore Tommy to its exact original configuration requires the skills of numerous volunteers. This involvement fuels the passion for wanting to be part of the project and leaves the indelible impression on all those who will have been part of it. Knowing you are part of what will be a real flying World War I airplane brings out the best in the community. A commemorative flight requires that nothing can be left undone, a validation of the process, doing it and doing it right. This spirit is infused into the volunteers and drives their determination to achieve perfection, offering proof of a complete restoration. Certified again as a flying machine necessarily involves an army of talent and cannot be hurried. Shown are examples of some of the skills and talents necessary for such a restoration. Yes, and someone to sweep the floor. To see, hear, and smell the reality of a World War I aircraft, the rip of the rotary engine, classic look of an early biplane, the smell of burnt castor oil. These memorable experiences will live on and will be passed on to future generations. Why an airplane, if not to fly? Continued coverage of the restoration can be found on our webpage, tommycomehome.org, under Archives. If you have the time, talent, desire, or financial wherewithal, you can help make our dream come true. The past is our future. Let the spirit of Ithaca live on.